Hi, it's Nicole here today, and I have a card featuring a cute little elephant that is being flown away with a balloon. These are all stamps from wplus9 and from the Unforgettable Stamp Set. The greeting is from the same stamp set as well. And this is almost a single layer card. It actually only has one layer that is die cut using a Simon Says Stamp stitched rectangle die. I'm going to die cut that from some smooth white cardstock. But otherwise, this is just a single layer card. So this is a great design that's going to be very easy to send through the mail. Once I have my rectangle, I'm going to go ahead and ink up my balloon and elephant using some Memento Tuxedo black ink. This is perfect for Copic Coloring. And I'm going to stamp that balloon along the right side of my stitched rectangle and go ahead and ink up and stamp the little elephant that's hanging from the balloon there. And then I'm going to pick one of the greetings from the stamp set. And I really like the one that says you not to get carried away, but you are kind of amazing. I think it works really well with these images, plus it fits really nicely to the left of the images there. So I kind of have most of the color and things are going to be going on along that right side of the rectangle, and then the greeting is going to be there kind of in the lower half of the left side. I'm going to go ahead and color in my elephant. Now in the original card, I colored the elephant using some warm gray markers. For a little bit of a switch up, I went ahead and colored this one with some blue violets. This is the BV, I believe, 202325 and 29. So these are blue violet colors, which again are a fun kind of different color combination for the elephants. You could color them in anything that you want. These kind of have that same grayish hint or tone to them. So it's really just kind of whatever you particularly like. And maybe you want to do something even different and color them in different other fun bright colors. I think that would be really cute as well. I kind of tended to stick to more basic quote unquote elephant colors for mine, but I think it would really be fun to color them in some other fun colors. I started with my lightest base color and then I'm going to build from that. I did go in then with my second color and I felt like maybe I should go ahead and pull in my darkest colors first and then blend out with my lighter colors. So I kind of went back and forth with this and just worked it until I got the color exactly the way I wanted it to look. It does color pretty quickly. You can take as much or as little time as you want to with these images. I think the more that you blend them out, the more that it looks more realistic and fun. I'm going to continue to work with these 4 colors of blue violet markers, just building on that color until I get it the way I want it to look. One thing about using certain colors I find bleed more than others, and these are some of the colors that I think do bleed if you oversaturate your paper. So I would kind of color and blend it out and then let it sit for a minute and then come back to it as that alcohol ink evaporates and the paper dries out a little bit. You won't get so much bleeding. So I tended to kind of take my time with this because I really went over it several times. So it did get very saturated and I wanted to be sure that I didn't have any bleeding occur. Now, once I have the majority of my image colored, I did go back with my darkest color here and I'm going to really accentuate those shadows where there's any creases to the body or anything like that, and I'll blend them out even more. And then once I have all of my base colors exactly the way I want them to look, I can go in and add some dot detail, which is one of my favorite things to do for critter stamps. I'm going to be working with my darkest colors here and simply going over kind of following exactly where the darker coloring is on my critters, starting and adding little dots, and then I'll move to my second and third colors and add some dots in those as well. Just those also kind of help blend it out. You wouldn't want to put any of those dark kind of harsh little dots where the elephant is really light. It would really make those kind of very noticeable, and you want them to blend more like you would with your coloring. So I'll go ahead and add all of those, and there is the elephant. If you do get any of those little dots too dark, you can always take one of your lighter colors and kind of go directly over that, and it will naturally blend out any of those that are extremely dark, or maybe you got one not exactly where you want it to go, you want to lighten it a little bit. Just go over it with a lighter marker, and that will definitely help disguise it. Next, I'm ready to color in the balloon. On the original, I did kind of a peachy pink balloon. For this one, I decided to go with an aqua balloon. I'm using some blue-green markers. I'm going to start with my base color, which is BG10, and color in the entire balloon. Make sure I get that the whole thing nice and colored. Then I'll go in with a couple of darker colors and start building up my color. So this is BG13. Kind of build around the edge of the balloon so that it's darker on the edges and then gets lighter to the inside. And then BG11 here, blend out that BG13 just a little bit. Go all the way around that outer edge, blending that darker color into the lighter one. So there's only kind of just a small highlight there. Blend that out even more with the BG10. And I'll just go over that till I get it the way I want it to look. And then I'm going to take the little Trio Stars stamp, also from the Unforgettable wplus9 Stamp Set, and using some pigment inks from Avery L and Mama Elephant in shades of Lemongrass, Buttercup, and then Aquamarine, I believe. I'm going to stamp these kind of starting at that top right corner and sprinkling them down through to the bottom left corner. This is going to just add a nice little pop of color and kind of help your eye move throughout the design of the card. The pigment inks are great because they're so easy to clean off in between each color. Once I have all of my stars stamped, I'm going to take my markers that I used there in the blue-gray colors and add some little dot detail all throughout there to kind of tie the whole thing together. Once I have all of those, make sure I add plenty in different shades of blue-green. I'm going to take the black gel pen from Sakura and add some detail to the elephant's eyes. I always like to go back over the eyes, and the tip of my pen was a little crusty or something. I needed to scribble it off on a piece of paper so it was flowing again well. Then I added some white little dot detail to the cheeks of the elephant and took some cool gray markers and added a little shadow around the design. I'm using cool gray 00 and 01, just a tiny little bit all the way around my elephant and the balloon to kind of help them pop off of the background just a tiny little bit, especially since this is a single or almost single layer card. It really helps them pop up or pop off of the background. Go back in with my C1 for just a little bit more definition than the C00 gave me. Next, I'm going to go ahead and attach this panel to my card base. And then I will finish by using the Wink of Stella clear glitter pen over the balloon to give it some nice sparkle and shine, and even go over some of the stars on the design of the card. So some nice subtle little sparkle there. And there you can see both colorways, the more kind of cool colors and then more warm colors for the one with the peach balloon and the warm gray elephant. Thanks for watching this video showcasing some fun elephant cards using the wplus9 Unforgettable Stamp Set. The supplies I've used are listed and linked below the video on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.